Hello, YouTube world. John, Gun Safety Training 101 and Gun Safety Training 101.com. .com, where my class is. Go check it out. If you're new to the gun world, you need to take a class. You need to learn gun safety. And my class is set up for new people, intermediates, and some people that have a lot more gun experience. But certainly for new people, it'll teach you gun safety rules, gun safety, gun safety, gun safety. And it'll teach you about revolvers and pistols, cleaning, using them, operating them, the ammunition that goes in them. Really, really good information in there. So go check it out, gunsafetytraining101.com. It's just me and my camera, so there's no link below. So write it down, gunsafetytraining101.com. Type it into your computer, bring up the web page, sign up for the course, take the course. Now on YouTube, this channel, like it, love it, share it, comment, do all that stuff. Ring the notification bell, all that good stuff. So today we're going to talk about the two types of reloads. Emergency reloads and the reload that has three names: the executive reload, the tactical reload, and the reload with retention. All three of those things mean exactly the same thing. First, we're going to talk about emergency reloads. So you're in a gunfight, or you're, whatever the case may be, in an emergency situation. You've shot the magazine empty, and your slide is going to go into emergency slide lock. The gun now knows that the magazine's empty. So you must mash the magazine release button. This particular gun, the Sig Sauer P320X carry, fits my hand so perfectly that I do not have to adjust my master grip on the pistol in order to mash the magazine release button. So what I would do is mash the magazine release button, get that magazine out, pull this magazine out of my magazine pouch with my finger on the top round of the gun. And by doing that, I can find the magazine well with my finger, and I don't have to look at the gun. And you do it in one smooth motion. Find the magazine well, push it home. Don't go all Hollywood and what other people do and do that, because what you need to do is ensure that the magazine is seated perfectly and tightly. So tip your finger on that top round, shove it into the magazine well. Now here on this gun is the slide stop. Some people will just simply mash the slide stop. I can reach the slide stop with this gun because, again, it fits me quite nicely. But there's a little bit of challenge I have with that, and that is the slide is under spring pressure and it wants to go back that way. If you just simply use the slide stop as a slide release, you start to put fatigue on the metals. And if your hand doesn't fit your gun perfectly, you won't be able to reach it with your hand. What I do is just pull back, chamber around, and the gun is now loaded. As we can see, it picked up around, so the gun's loaded. So try to just simply pull back on the slide and release the magazine. So I got to pick up that magazine on the floor for the next thing. I'm going to pop a few of these rounds into this magazine. So please bear with me. But in the meantime, gunsafetytraining101.com online. Check it out. You will enjoy it. Now, the executive reload, tactical reload, the reload with retention. This is a condition where your gun is loaded. There's a round in the chamber. As we know, you're in a fight, and you have an opportunity to put in a fresh magazine in your gun. Now, if you can take cover, you should be taking cover. If you can't take cover, do this fast. Move while you're doing it. So you must practice all this. Practice, practice, practice. So an executive reload is, I pull this magazine out. Now my finger is no longer touching the top. I'm going to release that magazine, insert that one, and I can get back on the gun for a short period of time. Once I'm sure that I can do this, I can take my other hand off the gun, replace that magazine back into the pouch. Now, it's really important to count how many rounds have you shot and how many rounds do you have left, because now you've got a partial magazine in your magazine holder, and it's really nice to know how many rounds are in that magazine. So you got 16 in the gun now because you got one in the chamber, a fresh magazine of 15. So to repeat, we're going to pull this out, we're going to insert it into the magazine well, hold the magazine like that so that we can deal with bad guys. Once we know we're clear, we can place that magazine in our magazine pouch. I'm going to do it in slow motion, and up here so you can see it. So this magazine comes out, pinched between these two fingers. Now the partial magazine is there. That one goes in, slip it between my finger, and I've got a decent grip on the gun. It's not perfect because I've got a magazine in my fingers. I can shoot the gun, put it back in. So One more time. Magazine out of the pouch, pinch between my index finger and my middle finger, like I'm smoking a cigar. Place it in the gun, put that magazine back between those two fingers, and I can get back on the gun. Practice, practice, practice. Now that magazine hit the ground, and if you're practicing, you don't want your magazine to drop on concrete 100 times. Just do something over carpet if you can, or something soft. Because you want to do this over and over and over and over and over again until you can do it with speed and confidence in the dark. You really want to do all this stuff without looking at the gun, because you want to keep your vision on the bad guys that are downrange. So practice, 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 and be safe.